Well there, wacky Wednesday to you. It's August the 9th, year 2023. Hello there, my mazske peeps. Hopefully you're doing outstanding. So what you doing? You doing this? You doing that? What would you be doing if you weren't doing this? Anyway, what am I referring to? I'll tell you in a second. Anyway, let's talk about what we're doing. And again, before I get started, I am Mazske Finance, still in South Florida at the moment. And I'm not a financial advisor, not a CPA, not an attorney. I'm not a doctor, not a nutritionist. You probably got that memorized, don't you? That's my little disclaimer. Anyway, what am I referring to? Doing this, doing that. What are we doing? What would you be doing if you weren't doing this? What were you doing if you weren't doing that? I'm referring to a song. I will put the link below to the YouTube video of it. Doing This by Luke Combs. It's a country song from, I think it was last year, 2022. And it got me thinking a little bit. I heard it the other day and it got me thinking. It's like, what would I be doing if I had never started investing? I'd still be working somewhere. Maybe I'd still be a police officer. Maybe I'd be working another full-time job. I probably would be. The missus is probably working a full-time job. What would I be doing if I didn't raise my kids like I did? And they didn't go to a military service academy where the education was free and they got a great paying job as officers. Maybe they went to a civilian college. Maybe mom and dad would be paying some of their college. Maybe they'd be in debt. What would happen if I didn't have that one roommate years ago that talked to me about mutual funds and I just never started? What would happen? What would I be doing if back in January of 2017 when I bought my first rental house and by May-ish I was in a courtroom getting her evicted and it stressed me out and I came close to giving up? What would I be doing if I had just sold that house and never bought another one? What would I be doing? Still working a full-time job, put money in the stock market, watching the ups and downs of the stock market? I don't know. So I want you to think about that for a little bit. What do you want to be doing in the next 5 years, the next 10 years, the next 20 years? What are you doing right now? What decisions have you made that have impacted your future? What decisions can you make today that can change tomorrow? Because all of us make decisions every single day of our life. Just like inside our bodies, whatever we decide to eat makes decisions on how our body is going to react to it. Right? You follow what I'm saying? I'm going to give you an example of something. Let's say one of you out there watching this says you want to go out, or maybe you go to the store and you pick up a case of beer because it's on sale. And you say, I'm just going to drink one. And you finish that one, you say, I'm going to drink a second one, just two. Two's not going to hurt. Studies show 1 to 2 a day, just occasionally, is not going to hurt you. But then when you drink two, you're like, it sure tastes good. Let me drink a third one. By the time you drink a third one, I say, oh, I'm going to drink a fourth, drink a fifth, drink a sixth. What's that doing to you? How are you going to feel the next morning? Because sometimes you might keep on going. And then it comes back up out of you in some fashion. Or maybe something happens. You make some unwise decision because your judgment, your thinking ability, it's modified. Okay? What would happen if you weren't watching this video and you said, screw this, money's too tight, I can't afford to invest, I have an $800 a month car payment, I have my mortgage payment, I have a baby to feed, I can't afford to invest. Mazske, stop talking about this stuff. You don't know what you're talking about. When money's tight, you can't invest. Oh, by golly, you can. Because I'm the little guy. There was times when I put $5 a month into an investment, like my 457 plan. There was times I dialed it back. I would go to HR and I'd be like, let's decrease the amount we're putting in. And I went down one time, I made $5 a paycheck, so it's $10 a month. I got paid twice a month, something like that. But then I would maybe get a raise at some point and I would bump it back up, $25 a paycheck. Okay, because money got really tight at times. I worked a lot of overtime. I got a natural gas bill in back in 1998, 1999, wintertime, 98, 99. That was over $400. I was making $23,000 a year with 2 young kids, a 105-pound German Shepherd, a cat, and 2 parakeets, and a mortgage. That was 1 paycheck out of 2. And I got that gas bill, and I realized, I can't afford this. I can't afford to heat my house. And I started researching online, and I got some electric radiator style plug-in heaters, oil filled. And I heated with them for 10 more years roughly. I first got one heater, then I got two, then I got three, as over a period of 2 or 3 years, because I couldn't afford to buy all three at one time. That's how tight my money was. And yet, I kept investing. So, I'm only sharing that with you because all of you out there are in different situations. All of you out there make different incomes. All of you out there make different decisions. All of you out there have different home lives. You have different amounts of children or no children or partners or no partners. That sort of thing. But we all make choices in life that impact our future. Okay, there's an old saying, and I'll get this wrong because it just came to my mind. What would happen if you planted a tree today? It takes a long time to grow, right? Maybe it's an apple tree. It takes a long time to grow. In 20 years, you got a bigger apple tree there. Or let's say in 10 years. In 10 years, you got a bigger apple tree there. It's producing apples, hopefully. What happens if you don't plant it today or tomorrow? 10 years from now, 10 years will still pass. 10 years, it just keeps on passing. And 10 years later, that tree still won't be there. So if you don't start investing today, start tomorrow. Start next month. Start this year sometime. But you know what? Those of you that say I can't, odds are you never will. You never will. I'm pretty blunt. There's coworkers I had in the past. They told me they can't afford to invest. They're still working jobs and they're not investing because they can't afford it. We work the same job. By golly, it's choices they made in life. So it's like, you come back to that saying that Luke was asking, or he was asked, he said in an interview, if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing? So if you weren't watching the years pass by, letting your hair get gray, getting older, getting aches and pains, still grinding away on the hamster wheel, what could you do today so you don't end up like some coworker you have that has that gray hair and those aches and pains and they're still on that hamster wheel? What could you do today? Could you start investing? And if you're a new subscriber or a new viewer, you might be like, what are you talking about? How do I invest? I have a playlist on my channel called 0 to 25 Rentals in 4 Years. When I started buying rentals in late 2016, I was looking, bought it in 2017. I used very, very little of my own money to start investing. I didn't have a lot of money. And I went from 0 rentals up to 25 rentals in just under 4 years. I made 3 or 4 videos on that playlist where I talk about exactly how I did it. I encourage you, to watch all 4 videos. Well, I don't know, 2 hours maybe. If you're new to this channel, check my playlist. Watch that playlist. And then watch the other playlist, interview with others. You will have folks on there who grew up dirt poor. You will have folks on there who, one gentleman, his mom was murdered when he was like 12 years old and his dad was an alcoholic. You have someone else who didn't have a lot of money, now he has over 200 rental units. And so on, and so on, and so on. So if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing? That link will be below for Luke Combs' song. Check it out. If you haven't figured out I like music. I got a link in another video a week or 2 or 3 ago. What's up? Or whatever. By 4 Non-Blondes. I like all kinds of music. Rock, pop, country, alternative music, and so on and so on. You never know what song I might listen to that it might inspire some future topic. Because investing in life, they're all connected. It's all tied together. We as human beings are all connected and we're all tied together. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl. It doesn't matter if you got skin like I do or you got a black color, brown color, any color at all, or a mixture of color. My boys are a mixture of color. We're all mutts of the world. That's all we are, mutts of the world. We're all just mutts. So, but we're investing mutts, aren't we? We like to invest. Because investing can take us out of our current situation and give us options for the future. Okay? So that being said, I'm going to wrap this up. Have yourself a great day. Keep smiling and loving life. Maskies signing out.